Hey cousins, welcome back to the channel. Happy Mindset Monday. It's your girl Chrissy Pips. Now in today's video, we jump back into chapter 2 of the book Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. The name of this chapter is The Lure and Dangers of Trading. Now please don't forget to hit like if you enjoy the content in this video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next. Comment and share on social media if you think others can benefit from this info. But as always, if you're here, you're interested, so let's get into it. The attraction in trading is the unlimited freedom of creative expression. Freedom of expression is something that most people don't get a chance to use in their day-to-day lives. Now, in trading, we make most of the rules. Once we do everything we need to get started, we decide how to move forward. But unlimited possibilities mixed with the unlimited freedom to take advantage of those possibilities presents traders with unique and specialized psychological challenges. Challenges that very few people are equipped for, or challenges that most people aren't even aware exist. This can result in consistent failures that can ultimately result in psychological damage. Now, it's hard to work on overcoming something if you don't see it as a problem, right? Now, we need structure, but creating new structure inside of something that we already have a firm belief system in can be difficult. Now, social structure gives us rules, restrictions, and boundaries, all disguised as behavior, dressed in society, and put on us when we were babies. But we are naturally curious, just not about the same things. The danger of imbalance in our environment can be caused by not being able to express ourselves the way we want or the way we think we should be able to. Now, for both our inner and or mental environment and our outer environments to stay in line with one another, it creates balance. Now, when we are forced to express ourselves in a way that doesn't quite match up with what we feel, it creates imbalance. Our needs and desires come from our mental environment and are fulfilled in our exterior environment. When these two things correspond with one another, we are balanced and feel happy and satisfied. If they are off, we feel angry or frustrated or unsatisfied. This causes us emotional pain, right? Now, once we recognize that we need or desire something from our mental environment, we try to fulfill that need or desire in our exterior environment. If we can't fulfill that need or desire, we feel like something is missing or off, and that equates to us feeling emotional pain. Denied impulses affect our ability to stay focused and stay disciplined in our approach to trading. The safeguards. In trading, we need rules and boundaries to prevent catastrophic losses. Losses that we don't even know exist, but trust me, they do. Now, people have told you their biggest losses and how they created them, right? Well, we need to create our own structure because the market's only structure is the behavior patterns it shows us. Those patterns are opportunities for when to buy or sell. But that's all the structure that the market has to offer. The markets don't start, stop, or wait because of anything that we do unless you have like an astronomical amount of money sitting in an account somewhere trading it. So it's up to us to create and stick to our rules. We haven't done anything in our lives that would have properly prepared us for the type of boundaryless and limitless freedom that trading offers. Only consistent winners define their risk in advance. Defining your risk in advance is very important because of the lack of boundaries in trading. Defining your risk in advance means that there is a possibility that you could lose. Consistent losers do things to prevent them from accepting that they could lose a trade. No matter how good it looks, they could be wrong. Without rules, traders try to justify or rationalize their trades, playing the "it can't lose because" game. Now, this makes determining the risk in advance irrelevant, right? All of this creates a few problems for us. Now, the first is the unwillingness to create rules. We agree that rules make sense, but we don't really intend on following those rules, no matter if we create them or not. The need for rules makes perfect sense, but we have spent most of our lives trying to avoid rules, and that's why it's so hard for us to stick with them once we create them. Okay, now number 2 is failure to take responsibility. In trading, nothing happens until we say it does. It lasts as long as we say it does, and it doesn't stop until we decide to stop it. This is because of our interpretation of what's going on and how we choose to act on our interpretation. Now, we want the freedom to make choices, but are not willing to accept and take responsibility for the choices that we make. Now, we have to learn to accept the fact that no matter what the outcome is, we are responsible. Now, the third issue is the addiction to random rewards. If a reward is random, we don't know if we're going to receive it again, so we try to do everything in our power to recreate the circumstances that got us the reward the first time. So putting forth effort and capital to get more rewards is easy, right? Some people just might be addicted to the feeling and the chemicals that are released when we get random rewards. But also, when we expect a specific outcome and it doesn't happen, we feel bad. And if we try again and still don't get the outcome that we expected, then the likelihood of us doing that action again gets lower and lower. The problem with any addiction is that the addiction becomes the dominating factor and it removes our ability to choose. We start trying harder to fulfill the objects of that addiction, and we start to dismiss or ignore important needs like the need to trust ourselves or use proper risk management. The addiction to random rewards prevents us from attaining the necessary mental toughness to become, consistent in our trading. Now, the last problem is external versus internal control. Our environment is filled with social interactions, and we have acquired certain thinking strategies for fulfilling our needs, wants, and desires. We have also learned to depend on each other to fulfill the needs, wants, and desires that we can't fulfill on our own. We've even acquired many socially based controlling and manipulating techniques for assuring that other people behave in a manner that consists with what we want, right? Now, there are so many people involved with trading that we may believe or start to think that it's a social environment, but that's so far from the truth. It's every person for themselves in trading. The market is not here to do anything for us. We should not depend on it to do so. Okay? A lot of successful people's success comes from their ability to manipulate other people into doing things their way in order to fulfill their needs, wants, and desires. But the market doesn't give us the same opportunity, and for that reason, trading can be very difficult for normally successful people. The markets don't know you, they don't care about the same things that you care about, and they don't respond to things that are important to you. The only way we can control the market is if we have a substantial amount of capital involved in our trading. However, we can control how we perceive and interpret market information as well as our own behavior. Instead of making an attempt at being controlling, we can learn to control ourselves. Then we can perceive information from the most objective perspective possible and structure our mental environment so that we always behave in a manner that's in our own best interest. Now, that's going to end today's video, but in the next few chapters, we will be taking a deeper dive into the solutions for these 4 problems. Now, check out the 101 Wednesday series if you're interested in knowing more about Forex or crypto trading, because I do go over a lot of that on the channel. But as always, I hope you guys are having an awesome and productive day. Thanks for coming out. If you enjoy the content in this video, go ahead and hit like so that you don't miss out on what's next. Go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you think that this information can be valuable to other people, go ahead and comment below and share on social media. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.